is here. My kitty. My love. My love. Say hi to Ruth Ann. It had been a long time. Say hi to the internet, Ruth Ann. She doesn't want to say hi. My cat is just licking herself like right underneath my phone who's filming. I hope it's not annoying. But yeah, no. Shit. I knew she was gonna touch it. Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name is Ariane. I am a French illustrator and this is my place, my cozy space where I discuss art, building my own business around illustration, where I show you my sketchbooks and where we just try to be as cozy as possible and as honest as possible. And this week I do not have a full sketchbook to share. I wish I could drop a sketchbook tour every week. That would be nice. I cannot. I do not have any fancy exciting news anymore, except for if you haven't seen my Patreon that I launched like last week, please go check it out. It's a really fun place to be on the internet. And yeah, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit, if that's okay. So grab a cup of tea. I'm having chicory with vanilla soy milk, and it is delicious, like delicious. So hop in. I have been thinking a lot about being on the internet, what that looks like, what that feels like in real life, and what that can do to my brain. Like, I know I'm not the first person to talk about this, thankfully, but I've had quite a few comments for the past weeks from people I know and people I know less that tell me that I make video making look so easy and effortless. And I wanted to discuss that. The fact that I've never really probably introduced myself. Yes, I've made one introduction video, but for a little bit of context, I am Ariane. I am 29 years old. I have drawn all my life, but I've never gone to art school. I feel very much like an imposter most of the time, especially because I already tried. In 2020, I tried to launch my art business and it failed miserably. And now I'm trying it out again for the second time. So sometimes I feel like maybe I failed because I'm not good enough, and maybe that's the reason why I did not get into art school. I never really had a problem at school, and I never really had a problem being good at art. But I was raised in a village where there were not like that many people, and maybe my train of thought was maybe my talent, what I thought was my talent and made me special, actually just made me one out of 27 people in my class. But maybe when I'm faced with the whole of France and the whole of the world, I'm not that special at all. And you know, I do believe that I am at the same time special and not special at all. I do believe it. We're all different people and no one is better than anyone else. So I'm not special. I'm just like everybody else. And also I'm you know, unique in my own way, and that's good. But also our experiences are universal, and that's a fact of life. So yeah, hearing from people that I make it look effortless when in fact I am putting so much effort into making this all look effortless, I guess. And it made me feel a little bit icky because I'm trying to be as real as I can here. I'm trying to be, you know, myself. I'm trying not to be someone else, but I do put on a face before I come here. I change my clothes. I comb my hair. I put on makeup if I need. I take off my glasses because otherwise the reflection is gonna be in my glasses and it's gonna be annoying. I guess I speak English instead of French, which means that I am inherently like playing a part because French is my native language. And it's easier this way because otherwise, how could I gather the strength to film myself? Even though I really like talking. I'm not a huge fan of talking to the camera. Well, I didn't used to be, and now I'm used to it. It's okay. It's been a year. It's gonna be a year soon. So, I don't know. I guess I just wanted to touch base and talk about the fact that it's not effortless. It is not effortless at all. I'm trying really hard to look cool. I am neurodivergent. I don't know what capacity exactly. I have trouble focusing. I have weird sensory issues. I've always been a little bit socially awkward, but you know, I've always been the kind of person who has strong friendships with some people who find me really cute and, you know, endearing. But also, I've had a lot of enemies of people who find me annoying, and people who think I talk too much, and people who think I'm weird, and people who think I'm ugly, and I'm too tall, and I'm too this or too that, and you know, I'm a weirdo, and that's okay. That's what makes me an artist, maybe? I'm not sure. Maybe everyone's an artist. I've always been a weirdo. I've always had friends though. But what was my train of thought? Yeah, I try really hard to look normal, but also I try to be myself, which sometimes is, you know, I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my real self and just be the person who's on the internet. And that's a fact of being on the internet. Like, at what point do I stop being relatable? If I reach too many people and spend too much time on the internet, like, will I forget how to live a real life? That's something that I think about. So, is that a good position? I don't know. At some point, I'm just wondering, if I stay on the internet too much, am I a real artist? And that's, you know, a question I have to live with, because I do want to be on the internet, because I know that being on the internet is gonna make it easier for me to make a living. If I was just an illustrator who just draws all day and stays in my cave as I want to, I would not make much money. Wanna go out? Ruth, il fait un peu froid dehors quand même. Est-ce que tu veux bien sortir ou rester dehors? Meow. Okay, in. That's my cat Ruth Ann on this cup, by the way. This cup was made by a ceramicist and illustrator whose name is Apolline Muet. She's French and she's the best ceramicist I know of. I know a lot of good ceramicists, but she is the best. It was custom made for my cat. with little nasturtiums, beautiful flowers. Delicious chicory. So yeah, I have to juggle with the fact I have to live with the fact that I want to make money not only as an illustrator because I'm afraid of it not being very viable, and just building a lot of my career as also a content creator. And I'm trying really hard to build my to build my content around my art making and my own person, who is the person you will hopefully, if you want to work with me, it's with me you want to work with. So that I'm different from like a robot or AI or something like that. It's just all a bit weird to think about that sometimes I wish I had started this channel speaking French and not English. Like a lot of people I know are like not very good at English, and they will tell me, I would love to watch your channel, but I do not understand a word you say when you speak English, so I don't watch it. And I think that's part of the reason why I did not start my YouTube channel in French, is I did not want my people to find me. I don't know where this is going really. I just feel a little bit of unease around the idea that I could become one of the people who I thought I could never be, who actually are just regular people with just a certain visibility online. And I am trying to stay really, really raw and honest, but also to have good boundaries and to only share things that are relevant professionally and or interesting to people who follow me for my art making. I don't know what's going on with my accent. I sound really American sometimes. Anyways, who cares? I'm weird. My brain is weird. None of this is easy. That's kind of what I wanted to say. And for those of you who also struggle with art making and are like, oh my god, how do you do it? How do you draw every day? How do you do self-portraits every goddamn day? I don't know exactly. I think it's a mixture of privilege, because I do have a partner who, you know, cooks most of the time. I have a job, a full-time job that pays okay, and I live really, really, really close to. I did build the habit starting really small. I built the habit drawing 30 seconds to 1 minute a day. And I just built it up. At some point, when a thing becomes a habit, you start to want to do more of it. And is that a fact of life? I don't know. I embrace the fact that sometimes my art is ugly, and I make fun of myself for it. Like, I try to laugh at myself. Ha ha ha, look at how ugly this self-portrait is. It kills me inside. But I'm trying really hard to make it funny. Yay! Come here! Viens là, Ruth. Ruth! Viens là. Oui! Stay with me. No, she doesn't want to stay with me. She doesn't want to stay with me! Oof! That fluff. Oof! As usual, this is going to be hell to edit. Viens là, mon chat. Oui. Oui. Reste avec moi. She doesn't want to stay. Right? Do you struggle with this if you have a cat? Right? Today is such a gloomy day, but I think gloomy days are better. This way it's, at least I know I've got to turn the lights on, and maybe my face will be in the lights, because this time the sun won't be setting in my face. Better. Viens là, mon chat. Oh oui. C'est bien. Oui. No! should not have moved. Anyways, I don't know if this video makes any sense at all. Do I want to give unsolicited advice to people who are art blocked? I don't know. Would you want my unsolicited advice? Do you think I'm someone who could give advice to people? I don't know, sometimes I feel really like a child, like I know nothing and like I should never be allowed to give any advice to anyone. And sometimes I'm like, I'm so fucking wise. I am so freaking wise. I should give advice all the time. I don't know. I did not know what to film today, but I did want to have a serious chat about the fact that I am in fact a real human with real issues and real insecurities, and I do struggle a lot to make my art look good and to make my videos look good. I struggle with boundaries, I struggle with addiction to social media. I had to delete apps sometimes because I spend way too much time on them. Sometimes I had to delete the YouTube app because I kept checking to see if I had notifications. I have to remind myself sometimes that I am allowed to live a good life even if I don't have 1 million views on YouTube. And I also have to remind myself that I might put in the hours and put in the effort and work on it really, really hard, but my YouTube may never grow bigger than 1,000, 2,000-ish. That might happen. That might happen. It might not ever happen for me, like the big break I hope to have. I hope to have a big enough break so that I can work on art making and work on some commissions other than the one that I'm working on at the moment. I hope so. I don't know that it's gonna happen, but yeah, I do spend a lot of time making sure my videos look as good as they can look. And I don't know if this is an interesting video to watch at all, but if you've enjoyed my blabbering, you might enjoy my podcast. And my podcast is just a fancy name for like a long rambly vocal message that I send out to you on Patreon every month. I've sent out the February podcast on Patreon and it's public. You can be a free subscriber and listen to it, and that's nice. But if you want to support me with your money, I mean, go ahead. I could use it. I sure could use it. Yeah, do you have any insecurities about your art making or your posture on social media? Tell me all about it. I want to hear about it. Let's chat. Let's discuss it. Let's talk about it. Let's all be vulnerable. I love it. I love it when people are vulnerable. I said that making a weird face, but I was 100% sincere. I love when people are vulnerable. And it's raining. My cat is right here. Boop, boop, boop. I don't know, maybe Ariane out. Mic drop. Maybe.